Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online league. We're back with Eldrazi Tron on the draw for game one. Should have probably played the tower first since we have two, actually. Bloodstrand, sewers, surveil top. And I just realized my deck list is still on the Brood scale. That's better. And we pass. Watergrave. Shock for a frog. Show it to me. He's a frog. Alright. I will play Power Plant and pass. So is this Goryo's or Murktide is the question. It is an Arid Mesa. Frog attack 4/1. Draw a card. Thoughtseize, a second frog. We will draw Abstergo. We'll play a tower. I would love nothing else than to play the All is Dust here, but I think that would be incorrect. So instead, I will cast... Well, they don't have a counterspell. If they have a consign, the frogs live anyways. So the safer bet might be Sire 7 Death. Yeah. We'll cast the Sire. We'll pass. Subtlety or bust? It's no consign. That's promising. Arid Mesa fetch. Down to 16. Surveil. Blood Crypt. Oh, it might be Reanimator. Ooh. Which means that they shouldn't have much in the way of counter magic, if that is the case. So we should just be able to fire off the All is Dust next turn. Flare of Denial. Ooh, Flare of Denial. Interesting. Frog Pitch Bolt. Frog Pitch Push. Frog Pitch Steam Vents. I mean, it's not going to be bigger than the Sire, so that's fine, right? Frog Float. Unless you have something that allows you to draw more than 2 cards. Frog Float, Frog Float. Did you forget about Sneaky Reach? I think opponent forgot about Sneaky Reach. And yep, looks like opponent forgot about Sneaky Reach. We'll take the win. Alright, so Reanimator. We can cut out the Vexing Bauble. We definitely want the Abstergo. I've come to a conclusion that I don't think we even care for the swamp in matchups where there isn't straight up land destruction. Like, moon effects don't really matter. Like, if I have a swamp, it doesn't really matter. The only benefit is the Dismember. I got a swamp here. Chalice, no. Torpor Orb's a maybe. Because it would stop Archon ETB trigger, but I think I'll go Brain here instead. Abstergo's actually pretty nice into Reanimator, which is good. And I think we just run it back. Alright. Hand's pretty rough. If I draw into anything other than a soul land, we're not really doing much for multiple turns. Like, yeah, we can flute for frog, but that's about it. So I'm gonna mulligan this. This is looking better. 8 hits off top. We'll pitch the lab. Still have the flute, which is nice. Because again, we can flute for frog. Or flute to persist if we see them going for a persist line. And draw. He's a TKS. In that case, I'll play the Temple instead of going for Tron. And pass. So if they play Frog now, we get to TKS. Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize eats TKS, I'd imagine. Unless they have a consign in hand, in which case maybe they take the flute. Takes the TKS, okay. And draw. Abstergo. Abstergo's pretty nice. I'll play the Temple, and we could play the Mind Stone, but I think I'm going to hold the Flute here. The fact they didn't crack the Bloodstained Mire makes me think that they have Consign a Memory. Again, we'll hold the Flute. If they play a Frog, we name Frog a Flute. Watery Grave, tapped, and passing. Dreams of Steel and Oil. In that case, I'm going to name... I'm going to cast my Flute. You'll take the Mind Stone. Bloodstained Mire, fetch. Are we going to Consign it or Spell Pierce? Ease a Consign. That's fine. We can always grab it back with Abstergo if you really need. They'll take the Mind Stone. They'll also exile the TKS from Yard. Alright. And pass. I guess they took the Mind Stone and the Flute. Interesting. He's a tower. I'll play the tower and then pass. Next turn we'll play the Abstergo. And we'll hold 4 in hand. Ragavan. I wonder if this is just like Grixis Murktide. Draw. He's a lab. We'll play the Abstergo. Yeah, this might just be Grixis Merc. And hold. Ragavan will pilfer. What does Ragavan pilfer? Sire 7 deaths, that would have been nice. And what this? He's a frog. And we draw. He's a dismember. We can cast Dismember and still hold up Abstergo. Do we want to get rid of the frog or the Ragavan? I think the frog. Do you have a counter spell? Hardcast Force. Hardcast Flare. Okay. I will pass. Ragavan Pilfer, and the frog will draw. Pilfer is a TKS. Think that they can't cast it. I would have liked that myself, admittedly. Draw. A Soul Guide Lantern. Well, cast Soul Guide. Soul Guide, target, consign out of principle. We could crack the Soul Guide, draw a card. I think I'm going to do that on my end step. 3, 6, 7. We're down to 4. Fetch Arid Mesa. Yeah, I'm still not entirely sure what I'm playing against, but I feel like it might just be Grixis Merc instead of Reanimator, to be honest. The Ragavan kind of pushed me in that direction. Alright. What does the Ragavan pilfer? You can cast, anyway, 7-minute values except for Devour. K-Command, that would have been nice. Double blue. Is it a Murktide? Thunder Trap Trainer. Huh. Is it just like a Grixis control? Weird. We'll draw a card. 'Tis a Mind Stone and draw. 'Tis a mine. Well, I will cast Mind Stone. I will draw with Mind Stone. 2, 4, 5. I mean, you win. You have the flare up. If I didn't know it was there, I would go for it, but I know you do. Alright. So in this case, yeah, I think we're just going to shift it to Murktide, I guess? I don't even know. We'll cut the gemstone and bring in Chalice. Though actually with those flares, now I'm kind of wondering if I want to bring the Vexing Bauble. That is a real consideration. Keep the Vexing Bauble, cut the brain, I suppose. On the play for game number 3. 8 hits off top and a bauble. Well, we're going to start with the map. And pass. Next turn we have Abstergo, Mindstone, Bauble once we draw into another Tron land. Bloodstainmire, fetch, 19, Watergrave Shock for Thoughtseize. Takes what? Sire's 7 Death, maybe? Takes Dismember. Interesting. Maybe a Harbinger in hand? We'll draw. Tease a Karn. So, I suppose one other thing I could do at some point is crack the map Abstergo and then Abstergo for map. We'll go Mindstone. We'll play Bauble and pass. And pass. So now flares are offline. Arid Mesa. Steam Vent Shock down to 12. Tease a Frog. I guess that's why they took the Dismember, but even then I wouldn't Dismember now. We'll draw. Mind Stone. I will cast Mind Stone. I'll crack the map for a mine. I'll play a mine. So next turn we can set up for Tron on 5, I suppose. It's not pretty, but it is an option. Frog will draw a card. And draw. 'Tis an Ugin. Well, let's start with Abstergo, pick up map. The thing is, if I cast it now, most certainly is going to get a Consign or Counter spell. Hell, even a hard cast Flare, right? I wonder if maybe I should just cast Karn first to try and loosen things up. I'll cast the map and pass. Really? Map resolves. Interesting. Snapcast. Okay, so maybe not even Murktide, just kind of like a Grixis Control-ish list. Why play the Snapcast now? Alright, we'll take the 3 down to 16. They draw a card. You have a Harbinger in hand. Red Ragavan. And draw. TKS. Crack the map for Power Plant. Play Power Plant. So do we think they have Consigned to memory? Most likely, right? So do we TKS to I guess next turn we can double cast. This turn we can. So we either want to play Ugin or Sire. Let's try and draw to consign with Ugin. Ugin will target Frog or Ragavan. I'm gonna say the Frog. They can pilfer off of my deck, but I don't want them drawing cards if I can help it. There's the consign. And we'll pass. We'll love to see another Tron land or a Temple off top so I could go TKS into Sire. That would prove ideal. We'll pass. Four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. We're not dead yet. Ragavan Pilfers finds a Flesh Rake. And 5 in hand. We draw a second Karn. Well, in that case, we could go Karn number 1. The only problem is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They have lethal next turn, but I guess if they counter something, then they don't. Let's start with TKS. There's a flare. Cast Karn. Does Karn resolve? Another flare? Yeah, this bubble's definitely put in work. We'll pass. We're not dead yet. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Down to 2. We need the Sire to hit board then. Dreams of Steel Null takes the Sire 7 death, which means we just are left with a Karn. Yeesh. Blue, blue. Thunder Trap, draw card. There's Consign. Preordain. So now we need another double cast. That might be asking for a lot here, if that Consign in hand. Yeah, Consign is the worst thing that we could have seen by and large. We draw. Flesh Rake. Flesh Rake won't really cut it now, will it? I mean, as a blocker, cast Flesh Rake. Does Flesh Rake resolve? Flesh Rake resolves. I'll then cast Karn. Trigger. You can consign both. Interesting, you consign nothing. Karn enters? No, you Arid Mesa. Blue, red. What this? Red, blue, blue, flare. I will draw a card with the Mind Stone. No, we can't really play much, even if I were to draw a card with the Mind Stone. We'll wait until end step if we get that far, because 3, 4, and we have to block and block take 1 down to 1, as it currently stands. Alrighty. Why not consign any of that? That's the weird part to me. I'm actually gonna crack the vaccine bauble now. I'm gonna draw a card. Devour. Block. He didn't float the frog for whatever reason. They could just have a bolt to finish it, though, is the only thing. I mean, then it doesn't matter what I'm blocking here. So we'll take the 4 down to 2. I mean, if I block the Ragavan and take 3 and they have bolt, they win regardless, so we'll just do that. And we'll sacrifice the spawn to Mind Stone, draw a card. Another Karn will pass. Down to 2, Ragavan Pilfers for a lab. Alright. What is this? Down to 2. Consign in hand. How do I get out of this? Because if I devour, they're just going to protect the frog. And then I die to frog. Murktide with a consign in hand. We draw. TKS. 3, 4, 5 at most. I mean, I don't think I have enough to do much of anything, unfortunately. Because we TKS, even if they somehow let me eat the consign, I don't have enough to do anything as a follow-up. TKS. No, unfortunately we don't have enough for all 3. Consign, a very bold consign for some reason. Okay, and yield all. So now at most I can play Karn, but what then? No, the Murktide kills me. I was about to say, technically I could go Karn. I was trying to think if we could Tormod's Crypt, get rid of the ability for a frog to float, but we're still dead regardless. Yeah, nothing we can do. Alright, I will... You know, we'll draw 1 more card. That's for good measure. Nope. Alright, we'll concede. Unfortunate. Yeah, because at most we play Karn, Trigger, Flesh. We can grab, I don't know, Karn, Trigger, Flesh, down to 7. Grab Ballista, down to 5. Yeah, we just won't have enough. Alright. Well, we'll be back for match number 2. Alright, we're back for match 2 on the play for game 1. Hand's a bit weird, but it is keepable. So I think I'm going to tuck, Ugin or Sire here. Both of them are pretty good haymakers. They reveal Devourer, so I'm actually going to, I think, show Sire. And then pass. Alright, what flavor Eldrazi are we playing against? Looks to me like Eldrazi Tron versus Eldrazi Tron. Tis a power plant, tis map. And we draw. He's a power plant, I play the power plant, I hold the K command. They play mine, we'll pass to end step, we'll go to end step, we will K command X equals 1. And done. He is a flute, top flute, and draw, and draw. Temple, perfect. Alright, we'll hold K command, we'll hold Flute, we're set in for Ugin. Crack the map. There's the tower, they'll play tower, we're holding Flute, we're holding K command. Flash Raker will resolve. Karn or TKS? Worst case scenario. In that case, I'm going to K command ramp Scry Draw now. And done. Ooh, dismember another Ugin. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can dismember TKS. Do we actually want to dismember TKS though? They'll take the Ugin most likely. So we're gonna want to show them a land on top. So Gemstone bottom. I'm gonna go dismember top, Ugin top, power plant top, and draw. And then we're just gonna pass. I imagine TKS takes Ugin. Yep. We draw. So play the power plant. 4, 5, 6, 7. Cast Ugin. No targets. This is now a 2-turn clock. We draw with Ugin. Dismember. So we can dismember TKS, or we can just hold up Flute. Alright, I will pass. What they should do is go to combat first, all at Ugin. I'm going to combat. Attack. Attack all at Ugin. They know I have Flute. I mean, what's the worst case scenario they have in hand here? It's a Karn, right? So we're going to go to blocks. Yep, go to blocks. We block. We block. Before damage, we're going to cast Flute and then name Karn the Great Creator. And then pass in full. There's a Flash Rake. Double Flash Rake is concerning. We do have Dismember. 6, 7. There's Devourer. Two, 3, 4. We can play the lab. Or not play the lab. We can play Sire, but they also might just kill me with the Flesh Rakers. Jesus. That's a very real possibility here. Draw. Mine. Oh, boy. The question is whether or not they're out of gas. Play a mine. Return Sire to hand. 0 Ugin. Hold up Dismember. No targets. Always are yield to all. Hold Dismember. Crack map for a tower. Do I dismember a Flesh Rake now? I might have to, right? We got on the 5. We're at a theoretical 12. The thing is, if Flesh Rake goes off, we're just dead. gonna do this now. I don't like it, but I think I have to. Down to 5. I mean, we're dead to K command regardless, but now we're not dead to, like, random spells. Devourer. Down to 3. No attacks. Yeah, that's smart. We draw. Ugin plus draw card. The thing is, they need to attack in the Ugin. Yeah, they need to attack in the Ugin next turn, no matter what. I will cast Map. Ugin trigger. Yield all. I will crack a map. We'll grab Tower. Play Tower. At this point, I'll pass. No attacks. Yeah, you can triple block and kill the Sire. We'll pass. You have to attack Ugin. That's non-negotiable. Thing is, Ugin will die. Opponent scoops it up? What? That's weird. Why would they do that? They triple attack in. We block, let's say, a Devourer, or probably a TKS more accurately. Yeah, that's a weird one. Okay. I mean, I'll take it. Alright, let's take a look here. We can drop the Swamp. We are going to want... No, Soul Guide. Want a Leveler in. Then either Ballista or Brain in. We can also cut Allah's Dust, so we can go both Ballista and Brain. Yeah, that feels reasonable. Yeah, that's my only explanation that maybe they thought I had K command or something up, but even then, like, go for it. Force me to have it. Like, have me show you that I have something, right? Don't just assume. I guess one thing I would have been able to do is I can first strike block the TKS, draw a card, and then see if I draw into something. Like, maybe a K command at that point. I don't know. It's also possible maybe they just considered, like, the Sire was going to be too much of a threat. I will keep 8 hits off top. Keep. Funnel Mulligan down to 6. Mulligan down to 5. Mulligan down to 4. Yeesh. That's brutal. I was thinking hard on their 4 cards, so either they're thinking about conceding, or maybe that's functional. My hand isn't stellar if we don't draw into Tron lands, admittedly. If I draw into a lab, though, we'll go for Karn 2 instead. Go lab, tuck Ugin, Mindstone, play Expedition Map. Alright. Opponent keeps 4. We'll pass. Power plant. Map. Okay, I mean, that looks pretty good. That's promising. Gemstone, you're a bit late to the party. We'll play the map and pass. Lab. No. Second Tron land. Tucks Devourer. Must have drawn into it. Mindstone. Draw. All right. Well, so this is actually a genuine problem. I'll play the temple. We're not playing the Mind Stone. We actually are going to have to hold up the map in case we need a lab, so we can play Karn. Because if they have a Karn in hand, we're kind of in trouble. Do you crack them? I guess. Oh, never mind. They have 0 cards in hand. We're fine. Unless they draw into a card, in which case we're still in trouble. No way you found it. Oh, okay, that's fine. TKS lands. What do you take? I imagine the Ugin. Ugin's the only way that I play Karn next turn. Otherwise, you just take a Karn. Yep, okay. You take Ugins. In that case, we'll just pass in full. No reason to crack the map. Flesh Rake. I will cast the Fleshy Rake. And Bobble. Always yield. Always yield. And we'll pass. And hold. So now I have blockers for Karn. We can go Karn next turn. If they miss their land drop here, you should just crack the map. Draws a card, the Mind Stone. Really? Finds a swamp. Attack for 4. We'll take the 4 down to 16. We'll draw. I guess maybe draw or cracking the Mind Stone with the thought that it's just going to be bricked anyways. Mind Stone. Trigger. And a neutral. Cast Karn the Great Creator. Minus Karn. Yes. Opponent's going to scoop it up. We'll go local metal coating and then just start locking them down. Alright. Solid win for match 2. We'll be back for match number 3. Alright, we're back for match 3 on the draw for game 1. 8 hits off top, really looking for mine or a map. So not bad there. Also, a lab would be pretty good. So we can expand that from 8 over to 12 hits off top. Want to keep 6. What we up against? Sewer, Surveil. Okay. Could be a few things. All right, it's Reanimator. The few things gets narrowed down pretty quickly. We will draw into a temple. We'll still stick with the power plant for right now and pass. I mean, if they have a turn 2 persist, I think I just lose, right? There's not too much I can do. I guess we keep Karn and we pray. All right, is it persist time? Yeah, turn 2 Archon's pretty freaking good. We'll pitch a Karn. Next one, we're going to take 8 down the 9. At this point, I think I need Tron so I can go Karn to the bridge. All is dust. Okay. So 3, 4, 5, 3, 4. No, we're still short. Yeah, I think I need to go Tron and kind of just pray. Mind Stone. And passing. So we'll pitch the Archon, the Sire 7 Death? Probably. Take 8 down to 9. Pitch the Sire. I mean, it is mine or bust now, right? We draw. Geese a lab. Yep, I guess we're not dead. We take 8 down the 1. I want to proceed. Thing is, I don't want to play Karn right now because I'm a bit scared of a Spell Pierce. Because that's the main counter magic that they play main, if I remember correctly. So we just go Temple, Mindstone, pass. Temple, Mindstone. That way we have enough for a Spell Pierce. 2, 4, 5, 6. We would have 7 for the lab. Or not for lab, for the 2, 4, 5, 6 now. So we... Interesting. We'll pass. What do we pitch? The Karn or the All Is Dust? The thing is, even if they just recur another Archon, I'm just dead. So I think I have to go Karn. I suppose pitch the lab, or the All Is Dust then. All Is Dust. Down to 1. So this is Reanimator for real this time. Definitely looking like a loss, because they also play Bolt, I think. So they could just Bolt kill me. End step. Do you have a mine? Pitching Unearth. Draw. Oh, holy hell. Alright, it's a mine. It's a Karn. I mean, if Karn resolves, we grab Bridge. And we can pay for everything we need. Yes. If we had more life, unironically, I could Phyrexian Metamorph the Archon of Cruelty, but we don't. That's so unfortunate. We'll grab Bridge. And we'll pass. Alright. We're not dead yet, but if they do unearth another Archon, or they bolt me, we're just dead. What is this? What are you doing? Why you bolt that? 2... Sink. I mean... I can only do so much. I'll concede. Brutal. Alright. Let's go to game 2 sideboard. Cage in. I don't have land destruction, so swamp out, gemstone out, Abstergo stays. We'll be on the play, so Chalice in, Vexing Bauble out. So I'm thinking Brain in and run it back. On the play for game 2. Yep, we keep that. Turn 1 Soul Guide looks mighty fine here. Opponent Mosen's down to 6. Down to 5. And the mine, the Soul Guide, we pass. And we hold. Polluted Delta, no fetch for Thoughtseize. We draw. A power plant, we pass. End step, Surveil. Do you find another Archon? Nope, Polluted Delta hard. Alright, depending on what they do, if they just hold up mana, we'll just hold up the Consign. Yep, we just hold up Consign. Not Consign, K command. We're assuming they have a Consign. TKS though. Okay, actually we can be a bit proactive then. We will play TKS. Let's try and draw out some Consigns while also holding up the K command. There is the Consign. We pass. I guess there is some arguments of just being holding up the K command in case of a Harbinger next turn. Probably should have done that in retrospect. Blue to Delta, casting Emperor of Bones. Yes, that will resolve. Emperor Bones will eat Thought Knot Seer. Yep. Are they going to hold up a second consign? Probably. We'll play the power plant. I suppose I will hold until they fetch with the Polluted Delta. If they don't, it means they have consign. K command. I'm going to ramp. I'm going to exile you. And X equals 7. This way, even if you play a Harbinger, we can play whatever we need. Surveil. Keeps it on top, 3 in hand. And hold. Paying cost. Thoughtseize takes the Sire 7 death. Sire down, rude. Paying cost for an Earth Cycle. 3 in hand and draw. 'Tis a Mind Stone. We'll play the Mind Stone. Let's draw out the Mind Stone. 'Tis map. I will play the Temple. I will play... Oh, actually, I didn't want to do that. I'll play the map. What I should have done there, should have just played the map, cracked the map, and then picked up Abstergo, played Abstergo, so we would have had 2 things. I'm just going to scoop it up. Alright, we'll take the win. We'll bring back in the Gemstone Cavern and cut the Chalice, run it back. Opponent will be on the play, will be on the draw for game 3. We can keep it since we have the Devourer. Opponent will consent to 6, we'll reveal Devourer and then pass. Swamp, Thoughtseize. Ease the Thoughtseize, takes the K command. I'd imagine that'd be the best choice here. Yep. Makes sense to me. Devour trigger. There's another E-temp. I think we do need to go that direction. Otherwise, we could go flute, but we don't have the land. So yeah, E-temp, Temple, and hold Dismember. And pass. Blue to Delta, passing. Draw. Karn. I'll cast the Flesh Rake, see if you have a K command. Or not K command, consign. Jesus. No consign. Flesh Raker on board. You could have push, but you should have probably sided those out, I'd imagine. Surveil, looking for un Archon. Watery Grave Shock, really? Down to 15. 4. Thought Scour sees a Fulminator Mage. I mean, if you have it on Earth or Persist, that is pretty annoying, I will admit. The Flesh Rake will help a little bit if we can draw into some colorless spells, that is. Bloodstained Mire. Blood Crypt, and looting. So digging deep for more persist targets or just for the persist. Pitches lands, draws 2. Paying cost on Earth, Fulminator Mage, Mage hit Temple. Yep. I'd love to see a Graph Digger or Soul Guide here. We draw Lab. Lab, I will imprint the Devourer. Go to combat. Attack for 2, down to 10. Again, holding Dismember. Opponent has 2 in hand. I need just a land for Karn to Tormod's Crypt. Surveil. They could also Faithless Looting, but that means they're tapped down. Thoughtseize. No, what is this? Persist, another Fulminator Mage. Yep. And target the lab. I'll return Devour to hand. Yep. And we draw. He's a tower. I'll go to combat. Swing for 2. Down to 8. We'll hold Dismember. 2 in hand. Paying cost for... Jesus. Yeah. We'll just make him sweat a bit. Phase change. They have 1 card left in hand. Paying cost for... I don't know why you'd cast that right now. I'm going to dismember that on the freaking spot. Dismember. Frog down. And pass. Draw. It's map. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Alright. And a combat. Swing for 2. Down to 5. Opponent is empty-handed. They can Faithless Looting again. Yep, there's Faithless Looting. Holding up mana for potentially a Unearth. Opponent scoops it up. Alright, we'll take it. We'll be back for match number 4. Alright, and we're back for match 4 on the play for game 1. Yes, I can keep this hand. We'll keep... I think I'm going to start with Lab here, because I want to... If I draw into a Temple, we can go Flash Rake into Bauble. Lab. Imprint Ugin. Okay, so it is Zoo. This hand's a bit weaker into Zoo, admittedly. If they just, you know, bolt the Flash Rake, feels pretty bad. Passing. Draw. Mind Stone. I think the Mind Stone might be more valuable here. Actually, let's play the Power Plant first so we don't get Stubborn Denial. Mind Stone. Then Bauble. The Bauble we'll just redraw with on end step. Alright, Wooded Foothills, Fetch, Surveil. Steam Vents tapped. Interesting. Why not Surveil there? Arena of Glory. Hasting Akavu. Sign of the Rocco. Put a pause on end step. I will crack the Vexing Bauble. Eldrazi Temple. Okay. Draw. I mean, I think realistically we just play the Karn here. Cast Karn. minus Karn. Yes, for Brit. Oh! If only they didn't have the Leyline of the Guild Pact, we could have went Phyrexian Metamorph and copied the Sign of the Draco. That would have actually been kind of cute. But we'll grab the bridge here. And pass. And pass. Thundering Falls, Surveil. Fable of Kiki-Jiki. Silent Draco hits Karn. Yep. End step. Draw. Eldrazi Temple. I will start by casting the Flesh Rake. And then cast Bridge. Trigger. Do you have a Spell Snare or Consign? Sorry, Stubborn Denial, not Spell Snare, Jesus. Yeah, that will resolve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, So next turn we have Karn. Next turn we have Karn. We have Ugin the following turn. They'll hit me for 16. Karn will then become the focus. This is a Bolt. Tribal Flames, target Flesh Raker. Could be a Flage. Hasting. Kavu. Another Sign of Draco. Yep, we'll take the 8 down the 12. Not thrilled about that prospect. We draw. So play the Swamp. Let's start with the Mind Stone as it is mana neutral. And then cast Zikarn. Do you have a Stubborn Denial? Okay. Yield to all. I mean, next turn we can play Ugin, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough because we're going to be down to 4. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I mean, we can play everything in our deck. We'll take 8 to 4. We need a Sire 7 Death is what we need. Like, is Ugin even enough? No, I don't think it is. Paying cost for Tribal Flames? Kavu. Kavu's fine. End step. Okay, so what do we do here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would leave me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. I mean, it might just be better for me not to pick up the Ugin, instead just Mind Stone, right? Just try and dig deeper. Because let's say we play Ugin, and then we plus Ugin, go up to 7. What then? We're still dead to Sign of Draco. So I think we keep Ugin under Lab and just pray and hope for the best. Alright, we draw. Tower. I will draw off the Moonstone. Here's a map. I will draw off the Moonstone. It's a lab. I concede. Alright. Yeah, the second Sound Draco absolutely wrecked me there. We can cut the Gemstone. We can cut the Swamp. We can bring in a Leveler, question mark? We don't necessarily need to. Chalice, yes. Vexing Bauble, no. Soul Guide, yes. We can bring in a Stone Brain. What else, though? Torpor really doesn't do too much in this matchup. Could bring in Ballista. Ballista's okay-ish. Yeah, we'll do that. Alright. On the play for game 2. Yeah, we'll make it work. So 4 hits off the top for Tron on 3, but also then we're looking at 7 hits off top for TKS or K command on 2. So we realistically speaking have 11-ish hits. Devourer. Ooh, that's none of what I wanted. We could ship all 4, theoretically. Honestly, that might be the right move. Either that or go for a second K command. Let's go for a second K command. In that case, we go Lab, Imprint, Devour, or in case they play a Rog. I guess if they play a Rog, we can also dismember it, but the K command would be better. K command would be better. Then hold the dismember for us, Sign of Draco. Arid Mesa. Isaragavan. Ragvan the Monkey Man. Yep. So now we'll K command now to avoid a stubborn denial. Use a K command, ramp, and exile. Next turn, K command number 2 can exile Kavu, or I guess they can't play Sign of Draco unless they find a Triome, but yeah, so they can play Kavu here, we can K command the Kavu. Perfect. And draw. Use a map. Ooh. So next turn we can go for maps. I'm actually thinking I'm going to scry draw exile here. And done. Kavu down. Karn's pretty good. I might want the temple as backup just in case, but yeah, I think Karn here makes sense. And we'll bottom temple, top Karn, and pass. Okay. Kavu down and passing. And holding. Surveil. I mean, if they don't play anything here, let's TKS. Yeah, we'll just have to TKS. Maybe we should have kept the temple on top, just in case. Abstergo's pretty good, though. I do like Abstergo. TKS. Do you have consign? He's a consign. I don't want to play the map right now, because the map can then get binding, so I'm just going to hold the map. 3 in hand. And paying costs for a Kavu. That looks like another consign in hand, which is a bit concerning, admittedly. We could dismember the Kavu. Actually, probably should have done that. Alright, let's start with map. Map resolves. Crack the map. For a mine. Play the mine. Cast the Karn. Minus the Karn. Yes. What we want here, we can go Extinguisher Battleship and clear. We can go Bridge. Bridge is okay. Force them to use some resources, right? But I think I kind of like the Battleship or the Leveler here. I'm going to grab the Battleship, though. Grab the Battleship and hold up Dismember. And hold. Even if they also pop a land, we can also Abstergo for another map, which is nice. Discard a card. A Sign of Draco. We'll go to blocks. We'll block. Stubborn Denial can hit the battleship, but opponent will scoop it up. We got there. Alright, we'll bring the gemstone back in, cut the chalice, and run it back. Let's see if we can lock in 3 wins. I mean, that's looking pretty nice. I will keep... Jeez, okay, double ley line. I'll reveal, I'll play the gemstone. What about a pitch, though? The Mind Stone or the Devour? I think I keep the Devour. I think I pitch the Temple. We'll pitch the Temple and pass. Fledgestrand, Devour trigger. We'll go with a TKS here. Mind Stone, we can play TKS. Next turn, ahead of curve. Paying cost. Paying cost. Really? Interesting. Why binding that, of all things? Paying cost for Sign of Draco. Draw. Dismember. Unfortunately, we can't dismember it yet. Next turn, though, we can. We'll pass. We actually might want to TKS first, just to clear the way, unless they tap down. If they tap down, then we go Devour, eat the Leyline Binding, dismember the Silent Draco. I'll take the 4 down to 16, up to 24. Second main, yeah, cast and friend. Second Silent Draco, that is fine-ish. Thundering Falls. Actually, what I'd like right now is a Sire 7 Death. Sire 7 Death would be ideal. Also, I can't... Oh, they have 2. Funny enough, 2 of them actually really hurts. Ugin. Ugin's good, though. Ugin will take their attention away from me. I will play the Tower. We will play the Ugin. I will exile Leyline the Guild Pact. Yildal. Plus Ugin. Another tower will pass. And pass. Land, 1 in hand. Leyline Binding? So we can then exile the binding on the Ugin. That's okay. So Devour, Binding, Ugin, draw. Another tower. We'll play the tower. We'll cast the Devourer. Devour, eat the Binding. Ugin hits board again. Ugin will plus... Yeah, Ugin will plus draw card. Ballista. How do I want to do this? So we can cast Ballista, exile the Leyline of the Guild Pact, and then dismember a Sign of Draco. Yeah, let's do that. Leyline of the Guild Pact. And then dismember one of you. Black. 1, 2. Scion's down, and we'll pass. They have 1 card off top. They can surveil a lot, though, admittedly. They should have at least 2 more surveils, I believe. Steam Vents tapped? No. Really? They should have at least a Lush Portico, right? Not crazy for thinking that. Gala Shrine tapped? Wait, seriously? Not even a Lush Port? No. Wild. Alright, we'll hold off chances Ballista is relevant. And opponent scoops it up. We got there. Alright, solid win. We'll be back for match number 5. Alright, and we're back for match 5 on the play for game 1. Yeah, we keep 4 hits off the top, but Devour does allow us to see 4 deeper. So with that, I mean, it makes sense to do so. More or less brings up the same percent chance of if it was 8 hits. It's not ideal, it's not something I like doing, but the Devour does make it more appealing at least. Trigger. I'll grab the Temple then. Well, grab the Temple or grab the Mind Stone? I think we grab the Temple. Let's grab the Temple. We'll play the Minor Tower. Play the Tower since we have a duplicate, and we'll pass. And pass. What's our opponent playing is the question. Supposedly 3 days ago was Prowess. He's at Prowess. Scouting turn. Could be Affinity. Fetch. And Steam Vent Shock. DRC. Prowess. So we're going to K-command the DRC so that way they can start sculpting the top of their deck. DRC out. Done. And pass. And hold on off chance it's relevant. Next we're going to want to play Karn. Karn into probably grab Trinosphere. Karn will draw some attention to itself, saving me some life, and then ideally the Trinosphere will slow them down. DRC resolves. And passing. Nope, second main. Pausing. Draw. Would love to see a power plant here. Flesh Rake. I think we still go Karn. Does Karn resolve? Karn resolves minus Karn. Yes. Time for the Trinosphere. There's the Trinosphere. We'll pass. Fetch Arid Mesa Surveil or Bolt. Fetch Arid Mesa. If they're going to bolt, I guess they should bolt on their turn, right? Surveil. Okay. I mean, if Karn survives, what do we grab of Karn? Maybe Tormod Script for DRC? Actually, yeah. That actually would work because we could play the Flesh Raker, Tormod's Crypt, make a spawn, play a land Trinosphere. Corey's Steel Cut. So they'll at least get a Monk. DRC will Surveil. Swift Spear to Yard. 2 types in Yard. And then what else? So if they do make a Monk, Karn's likely down. No. They're holding. That doesn't make much sense, does it? Paying cost for mutagenic growth. So DRC hits Karn, Cutter hits me. So that's going to be 3 types in Yard for DRC. Okay. 1 more. Bolt Karn. Okay. So I was looking at 6 damage unless DRC gets Delirium. Keeps it on top. Karn down, 6 down to 14. Would love to see a lab off top. A lab off top would be pretty good. We draw. Another Karn. Okay, so let's start with Trinisphere. Yeah, I think we have to start with Trinisphere. We could go Karn, but I think Trinisphere is correct. Trinisphere. We'll pass. And pass. 2, 4, 5. Any soul land would get us to Devourer, which would be nice to get rid of the DRC. Now, Corey still ain't going to be making monks for a while. They only play 1 per turn right now. 3. Slick shot show off? Worst case scenario? Violent Urge. DRC to Yard. They did not hit Delirium, which is good. So 5 down to 9. Alright, we will draw Mind Stone. That's so rough. So we could play Karn. We could then do what? We wouldn't be able to play anything after. We could play the Mind Stone. 1, 2, 3. I guess we can play Mind Stone in the Flesh Rake, yeah? Mind Stone. Into Flesh Rake. So now we're only 1 off of Devourer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we find a lab, we can go to Ugin. Go attacking. I mean, I'm going to block with the Flesh Rake to DRC. Violent Urge. Yep. I feel like they should have done that prior to in case they got Delirium, right? Alright, crazy. Yep, Flesh Rake down, that's fine. We were unable to Flesh Rake into Mind Stone because of Trinisphere. We would have only had 2 mana up and we would have needed 3. We draw. East another Mind Stone. Well, I can... So, here's the trick. I can cast Karn. I can cast the Mind Stone, but then I can't cast Karn. I can cast the Karn, but then we don't have much left over. I think I'm going to have to Karn and then Karn plus on the Mind Stone or on the Trinisphere. I think on the Mind Stone, right? Because, like, the worst case scenario here is they play a spell, they get Delirium, and then hit me for 6, so I need a blocker. Yep. Well, plus on the Mind Stone and passing. And passing. I would love to play this Ugin. This Ugin would be absolute house. All right, opponent. What say you? What kills me here? Bolt? Bolt kills me? Bolt kills me no matter what I do. No matter how I block, Bolt kills me. Mutagenic Growth. Mutagenic Growth doesn't kill me, I don't think. I guess they target the monk. Paying cost for Lava Dart. Target me down to 5, triggers the monk. And DRC is online, which means that is 1 short of lethal. DRCs force the attack. They attack me. Interesting. The thing is, the Lava Dart kills me if I don't do anything about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have to block. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We're down to 1. So now, I think the best thing we can draw into is a power plant. We need a power plant here, right? Draw. Soul Guide Lantern takes out their yard. Okay. Shrinks the DRC. No, we don't have it. What's the other option here? We can Ballista for 2. That doesn't do it. Filigree Silex doesn't cut it. Bridge doesn't cut it either. We play the Mind Stone, then we out of the for bridge. Not to mention the monk kills me. Yeah, I think I'm dead, unfortunately. Because, yeah, Ballista can block the monk. We can Tormod's Crypt, but that takes 3. Soul Guide Lantern takes 3. We can shrink the DRC plus on the Trinisphere, but then we're just dead to the monk or the DRC. Yep, that is unfortunately the game. Just drew the wrong cards at the wrong times. Alright, let's go to game 2. Alright, so we can cut the gemstone, cut the swamp. What we want Chalice, we want Ballista. Vaccine Bobble's okay, Flute's good, or not Flute, Flutes are good, Soul Guides are good. We can run it back like this. Alrighty. On the play for game 2, hand's a bit rough. I mean, we have 8 hits off the top for soul lands. We could try and just go Flesh Raker and try and Flesh Raker them down. It's an okay plan, but it's pretty risky, especially if they have bolts to deal with the Flesh Rakers, right? Or consigns the hold up. So I think we have to mulligan this one. We'll keep this one, though. We're going for Tron. We'll pitch a TKS. We'll reveal 2 Devourers. Pitch a TKS. Reveal. We're looking for Tower. Yield to all. There's the Tower. We keep the Tower. You play the Mine. We pass. And pass. So we're just trying to get to this Sire 7 death. If Sire hits board, we should win. Draw. Power plant. Pass. If they keep mana up, we'll play the TKS as a way to clear the way. It would be nice if we also had something else to hold up, but the TKS is probably correct. If they tap down, then we just Windmill Slam the Sire. And pass. Arid Mesa. And Arid Mesa fetch. Down to 18. He has a mountain. Tapping down. Well, I'm sorry to say, opponent, you're not going to be happy with what you see. Sire should, at this point, just close it out. Mishra's Bobble. Bobble target me. Down to 18. 18 all. We'll trigger. Draw. Tower. Cast the Sire. And pass. And pass. What do you do about Osiris 7 Deaths, friend? You can still win through it. It has happened to me before. But it is going to be rather difficult to do. Corey Steel Cut. Okay. And Bolt. Bolt target me. DRC. DRC resolves. So, I mean, we can exile the Corey Steel Cut, I think, right? The Corey Steel Cut's going to be making the monks. The monks are going to be the most annoying thing. No reason to attack. It would be disadvantageous for you to do. So you get in 4, I gain 7, so I gain 3, right? Yeah, we just need to exile the Corey Steel Cuts. Don't do it, opponent. Don't attack. It's a bad idea. Okay. We draw. Isa Karn. Well, that changes the math. I mean, we just go Karn Trinosphere, right? Or, actually, Karn Filigree Silex? Yeah, Karn Silex is right. Isa Karn. Minus Karn. Whatever you think I'm going to do, opponent, that's going to be worse. Let me clear the monks. We attack with Sire. Karn's at 3. We don't care. Yes. I will grab the Filigree Silex. Ugin Lab. Imprint the Devourer of Destiny. Cast the Filigree Silex. Crack the Filigree Silex. No more monks. Go to combat. Swing with Sire 7 Death. Down to 11, up to 25. We'll pass. Next turn we can Devourer. If Karn survives, we can grab a Trinosphere, or we can grab a whatchamacallit, Extinguisher Battleship, clear the board again. Another Corey Steel Cut. You have another spell to trigger them all. Preordained Tiard. Tis a land. And EI triggers. Sure. I guess in retrospect, we probably should have held the Filigree Silex, though I guess I was a little bit... yeah, we should have held it. I could have attacked. They could have blocked. If they tried to pump, then we could crack. Yeah. If they didn't, then we had it for combat for this exact reason. Yeah, it's a bit of misplay on my part, admittedly. Alright. Imagine you send all at Karn. We'll block. Karn's down. That's okay, though. We'll get another... No? Are you sure about that? Minus Karn? Yes. For Extinguisher Battleship? Isa Battleship. Alright, we'll get there. Because, yeah, then we clear the board, attack with Sire, station the battleship. Actually, you probably don't even need to do that at that point. But it's a GG's. Alright, move to sideboard for game 3. Cavernous Souls. Cut the Chalice. Bring it back. On the draw for game 3. That hand is utter garbage. We mulligan. Man, definitely misplayed or missequenced. Last game I should have held the Filigree Sox. Could have attacked into the Sire, see if they block, they then go mutagenic growth. Then we clear the board, right? If they don't, then we would have been able to ensure Karn remains. Ooh, this hand's not much better. I don't like it. I can't keep it. Not in good faith. Mulligan again? Oh, Jesus. I will keep it. What I'm going to have to do is hope we find a soul land off of Devourer. So we pitch Ugin, pitch TKS, hold 2K commands, and pray, basically. Those were not good hands. Opponent passing? Slow start from opponent would be good for us. Bobble. Bobble target me. You should wait until yeah, you should. Oh, target self. Okay. They like what they see on top, though. So they'll draw first, and then they can fetch. Or if they don't like what they see, they can fetch now. Nope, they like what they see. And then fetch. No way you can sign this. No. No shot. Oh no. I have waited for the day when an opponent does this. This is actually, and I am not joking, for all the times that I have played Devour of Destiny and I have revealed Devour of Destiny from my hand, this is the first time that I've ever had an opponent consign to memory my Devour. It's a wicked bold move, but I'll tell you what, it's a good one right now. Do I think you should ever do this? Absolutely freaking not. However, in this specific instance, I think I lose because of this. It comes down to whatever's on top now. On my next two draws, we draw. Soul Land. We need a Soul Land. 8 hits. Soul Guide Lantern's not a Soul Land. It has Soul in the name, but it's not that. Alright, we'll take the Bobble, because the Bobble's harder for them, or Artifact's harder for them to put in the yard. We can redraw off the Soul Guide if we need. I'd like to hold it ideally, but yeah, that was actually really rough. Wow. That's wild. Preordain. Like, holding that to consign a map would have made so much more sense. Like, imagine if I had Tron in hand, they would have been just dead. Yeah, I like I said, I absolutely think that's the wrong play, but I think in this case it could win the game. Top, bottom, draw, or top, draw, no bottom. Arid Mesa, draw, Soul Land. Oh ho ho! Okay. We will hold. Can I just draw into the natural Tron? 4 hits off top? You can also draw off the Soul Guide if needed. Again, I'd kind of like to hold it for that, so I might just K command and cycle. Blue. Fetch Arid Mesa. 5 in hand. Opponent definitely has a slow hand here. Probably interactive, maybe multiple consigns. Because this is their turn 3 and they so far haven't played a creature or threats. Like, we're in an okay spot. Arid Mesa fetch down to 16. Activate ability will resolve, or Arid Mesa will resolve. If you do play Moto, one thing I highly recommend, talk through the triggers and what resolves, what doesn't, so that way it can translate better to paper. I feel like a lot of people get into a bad habit of not telling their opponent what resolves, what doesn't, and their opponent takes liberties sometimes, especially at like a high level of competitive play. Surveil trigger will resolve. Okay. Our opponent has a really slow hand then. Scouting turn. Bobble. Bobble will resolve. Bobble target me or target self? Target me. Bobble will resolve. Go to end step. I'm going to Cake Man cycle here. And done. Ooh, that's actually pretty good. I will be able to hold a Cake Man X2 now. Bobble Trigger will resolve. Draw. Power Plant. We'll play the Lab, we'll imprint Devourer. Because now we get to hold up K Command X2. I'm almost 1000% certain they have another consign, so we're just going to hold. No reason to play directly into it when we're not being pressured, and we're just building our board state. Scouting Tarn fetch down to 15. Scouting Tarn resolves. I guess also another benefit of me talking through everything is the fact that you guys don't even need to watch the stream. You can listen to it. I've had people tell me that. Really, no second surveil land. That's surprising. 3 up. Red. No? Red. DRC? Swiftspear. Bolt. Bolt target me will be fine. Swiftspear. Swiftspear resolves. Blue. Preordain? Preordain resolves. Prowess trigger resolves. Swiftspear is a 2-3. Let's see what comes of this Preordain. Top, bottom, draw. Swiftspear will attack. Go to end step. Go to end step. We're going to fire off the K command here. See if they have a consign. If not, we play Karn. Karn should take their attention away from my life total. And done. Do you have a consigned memory? You do. Karn will resolve then, so that works out. Yep, consign a memory, Swiftspear triggers, all resolve. And we draw. In Ugin. We have nothing in exile, so I will cast Karn the Great Creator. I will cast, or I'll minus Karn. Yes. So what do we want here? I mean, I think we just want the Trinisphere, right? Yep, well, let's grab the Trinisphere at this point. Play the Power Plant and pass. And hold. What I want right now is a mine. A mine would allow me to play this Ugin or Devourer. Slickshot Show Off will resolve. 2 in hand. Do you have a spell to cast so you can kill Karn? We want to hold this Soul Guide in case of a Violent Urge. Target Karn, target Karn. Okay. Karn takes 2. That's fine by me. Go to end step. We're just going to hold. We're going to draw. Tower. I'll play the Trinisphere. Does Trinisphere resolve? Do you have another consign? You do not. I'm going to Trinisphere plus on Soul Guide Lantern. I'm going to pass, because I just need a land here. So I'm more than happy right now, I think, to block Swiftspear and then draw a card of a Soul Guide. 3 cards in hand, they can only play 1 card per turn now. And number 3 is what? EI? EI feels pretty bad here, right? I feel like they would have cut EI. But what else would be what else would be red and blue here? I guess it could just be blue. It could just be a preordained for all we know. into the Floodmaw on Trinisphere. Interesting. You will gift me a fish. I shall receive a fish. You only have one more card in hand. What could this last card be? Why do that? Attack Karn for 2. No, you have to attack Karn for 3 in the air. You have to, you have to attack Karn for, I think, both, honestly. At the very least 3 in the air, Karn 2 at me. I'll block and then go from there. 3 at Karn, 2 at me. Go to blocks, we block. Before damage, I will draw a card. Another card. Yep, Karn down. I would like a land, please. That works. Cast. Well, actually, let's see here real quick. If it's a consign, we can go 1, 2, 3. I'll cast the map. Does the map resolve? Crack the map. For a mine. Play the mine. How much mana do I have now? 6, 8, 10. Cast Trinisphere. This means if they have a consigned to memory, we can play the Ugin. Strict Serenade. Wow. Yes, I'll get a bird, but I don't think it's going to matter because we have the Ugin. Ugin Exile Slick Shot. Ugin will plus. And we pass. I think that's it. They'll be able to draw 2 cards next turn, but I don't think they have an out now. I think the Ugin takes control of the game. Not to mention the second card in hand. Opponent scoops it up. We take it. And that there will be a 4-1 record at the end of 5 with Eldrazi Tron. Our only loss being to Control in match 1. Win against the mirror match, Reanimator, Zoo, and Prowess. Solid, solid stuff. Yeah, I mean, I really do like this version of E-Tron. We will go back and test Tezzeret some more with a bit of a combination build instead of Fleshraker and TKS. 2 Fleshraker, 2 TKS, and then 3 Tezzeret. And we'll see how that also works. Not sure if Tezzeret is the right answer, but it could be. We'll have to wait and see. Either ways, though, solidly, I'm pretty happy with it. Pretty happy with this list as it currently stands. With that being said, though, folks, that there will be the end of tonight's YouTube video. As always, if you did enjoy it, please do consider hitting the like button. Comment down below if you did see any lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, or any general feedback. It'd be much appreciated. And as always, if you did enjoy the show and have reached a point in the video, please do consider hitting the subscribe button. That way we can continue to grow this channel. However, do you want to watch these videos recorded live over on Twitch? You can catch me Mondays through Thursdays at 10 p.m. CST and Fridays through Sundays at 8 p.m. CST for the weekend challenges. Or we can go, or you can head over to Patreon where you can watch my videos early and ad-free. With that being said, though, folks, I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.